Yes, so you read the title correctly, or the thumbnail should I say. You only have 10 years to live. It's not a typo or some sort of clickbait title in a desperate bid to generate views, although I would appreciate if you do like and subscribe. This is all based on facts, and I am going to illustrate that in this video with the assistance of some shots of water. In doing some research for this video, I found out that the global average in terms of age for dying, or age of death, is 73. Now, in the UK, we are obviously a lot more fortunate than most others, and so much so that our average life expectancy is actually 81 years. So let's say we end up somewhere in the middle, 77, and that is here in front of us, 77 shots of water. One shot represents 1 year of your life. Quick maths. If you're like me, then you'll need to sleep. I'd be very surprised if you don't. The average person tends to sleep somewhere between 7 to 9 hours. Let's call it 8 hours. So what that means is the average person is spending roughly a third of their life just sleeping, which equates to 26 years. This might take a little bit of time. What? What? Can you imagine if this was alcohol? I'd be on the floor already. Hold on. Solve. Bit on. Yes, how do you do? Cool. 26. So that is 26 years represented in shots of water of your life just sleeping. So if you're one of those people that likes to stay in bed until midday on a weekend, you're probably spending more than 26 years. Have a word with yourself if you're that kind of person. I miscounted. As I explained in one of my previous videos about why I should stop being so ungrateful, I didn't get many GCSEs, so forgive me. That's now 26. Now when it comes to sleep, again, I'm going to make the assumption that you're like I am. You don't just fall asleep as soon as your head hits the pillow. On average, we spend roughly 7 years of our lives just trying to get to sleep. So there's a number of factors that are involved here. Stress, anxiety, worrying about work, maybe issues in your personal life, whatever it may be, but ultimately 7 years just trying to sleep. So here we go. 4, 7. Just double check. 7. So there we are. So far, just on sleep and trying to get to sleep, we've spent 33 years of our lives. Another thing that I'm going to assume we have in common is that, much like myself, you have a job. Could be a means to an end, could be a dream career. Regardless, whatever it is, it's estimated that we spend a further 13 years of our lives dedicated to whatever that is. I think we myself whiplash just by like constantly tilting my head back all the time. What we're 2, I just can't afford it. 5, 6. 3 more. Alright. 13. Let me just double check. I don't trust myself. 13. So 3 plus 13, 46. 46 years of our lives done. Factoring in these 3 activities of sleep, trying to get to sleep, and working, we've got 31 years left to live. We live in an age now where most of us, if not all of us, spend a lot of time glued to some sort of a screen. So you could be on WhatsApp messaging one of your mates, could be watching the TV, if you're like me, following the football, which at the moment, being a Man United fan, it's probably classed as self-harm at this point. Or you might be doing something good with your time, catching up with the latest episode of Chase Excellence. It's estimated that you spend around 11 years of your life doing these activities 11 years. This leaves us with 20 years left to live. Another thing that you and I have in common is the need to eat and drink. On average, we spend roughly 5 years on this most basic of human needs. So that is going to leave us with 15 years left to live. The similarities don't end there. We spend a lot of time in our bathrooms, so taking care of basic human needs, and hopefully showering and brushing your teeth. If you're not doing those things, sort yourself out. The average person spends roughly about 2 years of their lives doing this. Of course, if you're one of those people that takes a bit more time to get ready because you've got a specific hair routine or skincare routine, this is obviously going to vary a little bit. The next activity, again, varies from person to person, but we should all be, and if you're not, then I would advise that you do, start exercising. So on average, you'll exercise for roughly a year of your life. Of course, if you're extremely health conscious and big into your fitness, then it could be as much as 2, but we'll go with a 1 for the purpose of the video. So we've got 12 years left to live. I had to just count them then to make sure it was 12, but it is. And I'm going to make the assumption, again, much like myself and the vast majority of people, you don't want to die alone. So, in order to remedy this, on average, we spend about a year of our lives dating and also spending time with our partners. Another assumption that I'm going to make about you is if you're anything like myself, then you don't want to just be stuck in the same place all the time. You want to go travelling. You want to see the world, see what's out there. And it's estimated that on average, you'll spend 2 years of your life in a foreign country. Presumably, whilst all this is going on, you'll want to keep your living space tidy, tidying your room, doing your dishes, all those kind of activities. That is unless you want to remain miserable. If you're interested in that, I do have a full guide in regards to that. Otherwise, tidying and that kind of stuff, 1 year of your life. I'm also going to make the assumption that you're like me in the sense of that you went to school, and granted I spent most of my times outside of the classroom, but that takes roughly about a year off your life. If you want to achieve mastery in a certain field, it's estimated that it takes somewhere between 7 and 10 years. So if we're fortunate, we've just about got enough time here with 7 years. But that means we've got to be at it all the time. I haven't accounted for, let's say, you've got plans to become or you already are a parent. Of course, you've got to dedicate a lot of time to your child, so changing nappies or diapers, depending on where you are in the world, driving them to and from school, extracurricular activities, all that kind of good stuff. And presumably, you want a bit of time to yourself as well for socialising, meeting people, spending time with your family. So in essence, what I'm trying to get at is that you don't have enough time. In conclusion, you're left with 2 options. Find a way to increase your lifespan, or stop procrastinating and take action right now. Cheers.
Nice.